Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome everyone to Intelligence Racing League round number 9 here today. Today, as McCrew is flying through the Raffles Boulevard, we meet Singapore, the Singapore Grand Prix at the Marina Bay circuit there. And once again, like last week, I'm joined with LR. Brian, how you doing, mate?
I'm good, how are you, mate?
Yeah, it's going to be a long one, but hopefully it will be an exciting one. Only 14 drivers here tonight then, but I've been in other leagues where, hey, you don't need a lot of drivers to create a lot of good racing. Like, let's be real here, with battles you only get 3 or 4 people in a real battle. We just need about 4 of them to happen, and then we're suited for the rest for the whole race.
We certainly are, to be honest. I mean, like, it might be a bit boring, but then we need to have these hopes. We need to hope that there's going to be some action, but my voice then. But it's one of these where you can never predict.
Yeah, exactly. I saw a race midweek as we're just running through as Connor has retired from the session. Not sure where he's done that. I think has he done it? He's lost it in the final corner, Brian. Lost it out of the final corner. He stacked it into the wall.
But how have you done?
Yeah, McCrew's... Sorry, Montana's already gone into the 32s, which is like pole time in some leagues, which is ridiculous. But he's already in the 32s, which is a very good lap time. And, yeah, no. The thing about Singapore is, I was watching a race midweek, and it went from dry to wet, back to complete dry at the end of the race. And people were on the wets, full wet, on a completely bone-dry track. That's how much strategy can play a role, and that's how much the weather can change around here. But it seems like at the moment, there's a difference in strategy. A few people going out on mediums, a few people going out on softs. I wonder if we'll see a difference in the weather in the race.
Okay, Luke's just hit the wall for me. But yeah, we could certainly see an interesting, like, I mean, of course, McCrew being on the medium tyres is kind of giving me the thoughts of it's going to be a dry race. But then also, I'm just looking at everybody else being on the soft tyres. It's just like, you know, I don't know if it's going to be dry or wet.
The thing, these could be like the installation laps, like people just using a set of mediums for the sake of it. But I don't know why they would. So there's surely got to be something. Like my feeling is that there's potentially rain later on in the race or something like that for quite a few people to be on the medium so early on. That's my only way of thinking realistically. Like, why wouldn't they just go triple softs then? But yeah, Montana's obviously set the benchmark with a 32.8, which is a really good lap time from him. Hardy going only a tenth and a half slower then. I wonder what lap times we'll be able to get down. Welcome everyone to the stream, by the way. And first laps are now coming through on the board. And as NSX Justice Ass comes out of the pits. That's a new name. Didn't even see that. NSX. Now, fair play to him. I knew Montana was on his case, but fair play to the lad. He does have some pace sprint, doesn't he?
Montana certainly does. I mean, like, look at that. He's already got 2 tenths clear, and, well, that's a banker.
Yeah, I was more talking about Justice Ass, mate.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave you off with Lenny. I'll be back.
Yeah, right. That's been a face palming for the rest of the evening then. Yeah, speaking about Justice, his last race was actually a very good one. He started right at the back of the grid, and he actually did very well from the back of the grid then, and finished, I believe on the podium if I'm not mistaken, or very close to it at least, which is a very good result for him. And it seems like I'm getting quite a lot of like screen lag on my screen at the moment. But we're right on board with Rocco. And let's actually put up some lap data. And it looks like Rocco is on a... No, he's not on a lap. He's not on a lap. He's got 0 EOS in the bag. So he's obviously not. But he's just flying around just like he's almost spun on his in lap. This is beautiful. But anyway, it seems like these lads aren't... Like, why are the mediums... I'm surprised that so many people are on these mediums. It just confuses me just a little bit. As we see, I believe that's McCrew heading into the pits. Yes, it is McCrew heading into the pits. And then behind we do have Justice Ass, who's on an outlap. Bryn, do you want to go through this lap or shall I?
I will go through it now as DRS is wide open, heading down the main straight towards someone holding 7th gear long. Is he going to try and cut the corner as much as possible? He does, but does not get invalidation, luckily. We're now through turn 3 towards turn 4 and 5. Might actually get a bit of slipstream from his teammate.
Yeah, that's definitely orchestrated.
That was very well orchestrated, I will say. But now we'll come in to end Sector 1 purple. No doubt, I believe that would have been helped by the slipstream, which, like you said, very well orchestrated. Now coming through the middle sector, very clean so far. The car looks oversteery going through that corner, but you do need that. Now coming through here, you're going to try and want to cut the corner as much as possible, then hop us over this curb just as Connor could have taken more liberty there, but obviously chose not to. Of course, choosing 2nd gear to get that extra rotation.
You're right here, Limitless, mate.
Into the heaven. Sector 2 is also purple, but locking up could cost a little bit of time there, as he now heads to the infamous tricky chicane, clipping that inside curb and then clattering that 2nd curb. Now coming into the bridge, very clean through there, could have taken more curb. And
he's invalidated there, but it looks like a very clean lap up to that point. And it could have been easily pole, I can't lie. Yeah, I think he was probably on for pole with 2 purple sectors. In behind is Iwan, who's about to start up, and it looks like he's going to go for it now. Iwan hasn't had much practice this week, so I'm not sure what to see from him. He's kind of died off in the second half of this championship.
He's got invalid straight away.
He's got invalid before. What? How's he done that?
He drove off track on my screen.
Oh dear. Mr. Pop on a out lap, and in behind we have No, that wasn't DW. That's Menno, who I believe is on a lap at the moment. No, he's not. Never mind. He's potentially on an in lap. I don't even know what he's doing, but he's got no EOS at the moment. So either he's popping into the pits, he's potentially got damage of some kind. Yeah, that's him into the pits. I don't think there was damage. But anyway,
there's no damage on that racing point.
Yeah, he just went into the pits. And Montana now starting to fly through a lap there now. Corner then, he now comes down and he's got, oh great, he's now got the gearbox issue thing, so I can't ride on board with him right now because it will kill your ears. But now Montana coming down towards the next few corners and onto the Raffles Boulevard he goes, and he is absolutely flying now down the back straight. He flies at speeds over 180 miles an hour, then breaking now down into turn number 7 then. Obviously a draggy setup, only reaching 190 there at the end of the straight then. And then up through the next few corners then. He's going through the left-hander and then out of it he goes. We're going to ride on board. I'm sorry for your ears, guys, as he's now heading down towards what used to be the Singapore Sling, riding over the curb on the entry there then. I'm not sure on his lap time so far, but let's have a look then. Out of the hairpin now then. Down towards the back straight. DRS now enabled for the number 98 guy. He's done a 32.8 banker and he's 4/10 up. This could be into the 31s by the end of the session, as Luke has retired, I believe, on pit entry. He's probably binned it into the wall there, Brian. I'm not sure if you can have a look from from Pop's POV what he's done, but Montana now coming through.
Yep.
Has he's binned it? Has he binned it?
Pit wall.
Oh dear, pit wall bin. But let's have a look then for Montana. He's coming around the final corner now, and let's have a look what this lap time's going to be. And there you go, it's a 0.2. What a lap from Montana there, 32.2. 8/10 faster than anyone else on track right now who set a valid lap time. That is absolutely astonishing from the Ferrari driver, and let's just hope this season Ferrari is anywhere near what Montana is representing from them today then. McCrew on a lap as well, 3/10 up but invalid. Anyone else on a lap at the moment? Can you see anyone? I see a D. Daniel.
Daniel is on a lap, but I'm just going to comment on this now. He drives, Ferrari won't be that good in real life. They'll just spend most of their time going Spinella.
Exactly, they have been going Spinella, as I believe Carlos Sainz did today in testing.
Carlos did.
Yeah, he did go. He's represented the Seb really well today, as I believe that's Rocco on an outlap, trying to replicate what his teammate has done then He's not been too good in terms of paces strategy-wise recently. But let's have a look then for his lappers. In behind as well, I believe that is McCrew on a lap then, but he has invalidated, so he will head into the pit lane. In behind him, we have Iwan, who's on a lap, who has invalidated as well. Seems to be a common strategy here today, as apparently Valtteri Bottas has joined the session for me.
Valtteri Bottas?
Yeah, in P15, another Merc.
Oh, Lewis.
Lewis has joined, but he's Valtteri Bottas on my screen.
Oh, wait, what? Look. Oh my god. Yeah, it's Lewis for me, but you got Valtteri Bottas.
Yeah, exactly.
Well done, Codemasters.
Yeah, Cody's have really brought out a very good game.
Did you just? Was that what I thought you said?
No, a very good game. Don't worry. I know what I said. I know.
Save.
Yeah, exactly. As D Daniel seems to be on a lap right now. Then no, he's not. No, he's not on a lap right now. I was hoping that he would have been, but no, he's on an in lap. So with 4 minutes to go in the session, we've only seen 6 valid laps then, and potentially the 7th goes to D Daniel. No, D Daniel heads into the pits, and then behind we do have Rocco, who is on a lap then. No, he's not. Never mind.
Valid.
He's invalid. Great. There's a massive trend here today, as I believe who else could be on a lap. Sansu's coming through now, and I think now these are the final laps for these drivers. This is really making me think. There's so many medium runners, unless I'm not sure if this is because I think the strategy is soft hard, so I'm not sure why people are going mediums. I just don't. Surely there's got to be some kind of rain or something in the race.
I don't. There's going to be rain, but I understand why they're on mediums.
I personally I don't understand, because track position around here is very important. That's just my thought.
Tyre wear is absolutely devastating. It's absolutely horrible. So it is actually quicker to do medium hard because less degradation, because the software very quick.
Fair play. There's something I didn't know. There's, I believe, is that Lewis on an out lap, or is that
Lewis.
Fly? Yeah, is that him on an out lap? He doesn't say he is. But Sansu is going to be the first person, I believe, to say his final time, and he's going to do it on the medium. So let's have a look then for the Haas driver then, as he now comes through the first sector. He's somehow not invalidated there, as he now comes down through turn 6 in through Raffles Boulevard. Some very nice hotels on the right and left is, and now come down towards turn number 7. He swings it in, and apparently it's purple. Not sure that it isn't purple. It's a purple on my screen, so my graphics obviously bugged, and get ready for that at the start of the race then. But Sansu at the moment coming now through the middle sector. Let's have a look how much he's flying. Obviously he's on the medium, so don't expect some absolute chuck-ins with the car. He's just going to nurse that car around the lap as he's running over the curb there, getting right to the inside there. As now this is almost Formula E-esque through this section, as with the barriers are so close here. As now we fly up the gears now as we reach 6th, 7th gear now, and we're going to stay in 7th gear for the end of the straight. And 102.3, it seems like a decent lap time from Sansu here then. Obviously it seems like the top 6 are now on softs, going for that pole position, and it seems like most others are going through the mediums, except for Lewis, who's on a lap as well then. But Sansu now coming through the final sector then to set probably around a 1 minute 34 hopefully for the Haas driver then. Obviously a completely different livery this year to last year, but now around the final corner he's run out of EOS, and it's going to be a 1 minute 33.9 to get P3. What a lap time from him then, and Justus is on the flyer as well. An absolute fly from him. But Lewis coming around the final corner, and he goes into the pits. No, he doesn't. Apparently he's not. Lewis's car is just bugged for me. I'm not sure where he is. But
Cruz just spun it.
Oh, Hardy's gone P2. And McCrew spun it on the line. Is that on the line? It is on the line.
It is on the line.
So that's McCrew basically saying, right, there's no way I'm going to be getting a lap. Just round the final corner. He has invalidated. He's got one more chance to set a flying lap then. And Williams up behind her. Boss wanted starting a lap as well then. Let's hope there's a little less bias from last week, Bryn there. But let's have a look at Montana around the final corner for his that lap as well. All the other laps turning into flying laps at the moment then. Also in behind we do have Iwan starting his lap. In behind that we've got Mr. Pop retiring from the session in the pits. Menno's about to start a lap. D Daniels on an outlap as well, and I believe that's also Rocco on an outlap. A variety of tyre choices, I can't lie, out here today then. But Ace is going to be the first person to cross the line. Bryn, take us through the second half of the lap then.
So, as we now come into the notorious chicane before you go under the bridge, not through the bridge, because that's not possible. Clipping the inside curbs there. Will he take the second curb? No, just misses it. Just hopefully Ace does not make the mistake that was made by the likes of Justus. Now coming to final corner, taking it very cautious, going to throw in more speed in, but takes 5th place.
Let's have a look. Hardy, is he going to improve? Hardy does. He improves by 0.2 of a second now, I believe, on his lap. I'm not too sure on that one. A 32.8. I don't think he did improve at the end there. But let's have a look then. Sansu up to line. I don't think he's going to be improving his lap. No, he's slowed down at the end of the lap. Justus has to set a lap time. It's valid at the moment for the Alpha driver. Let's have a look at what he can do on the mediums. Can he beat Sansu's time of a 33.9 up to the line? It's a 33.7 to get him P3. In behind, we also have Boss Wanted up to the line. What's he going to do? Only P7. In behind, we have Rocco as well and Montana. Can Montana improve? He goes into the pits. He's not going to improve that lap time. Ewan, he was at top form at the start of the season. He's kind of... His form hasn't been amazing at the moment. Let's have a look. Can he revitalise his form? P4. Good luck from him. McCrew heads into the pits. In behind, we also have... no, we don't have Menno, don't believe. But in behind, we also have Rocco. Rocco is on a lap at the moment. It doesn't seem quick, but it's going to be a lap time on the board for him as he comes out in the final 2 corners. As McCrew's retired on track, he's going to set a lap time, but it's only good enough for P11. As Hardy says, what is going on? I'm not sure what has happened there then, but there is your qualifying session done. Connor not setting a lap time. Luke not setting a lap time. I don't think Lewis did as well. That just confirmation from your end. Did Lewis set a lap?
Lewis did not set a lap time.
No, he did not.
Still sat in P15, or as you're seeing him as, Valtteri Bottas.
Valtteri Bottas. I actually
Valtteri Bottas.
Yeah, should I tell you? I've got him on my wall actually. My sister was very nice to me and actually like emailed the Mercedes people and got those 2 like signed things. So they're now stuck on my wall then. But Montana, no. IFR Joey says no low 32s, poor shake my head. Have you seen Montana's lap time of a low 32? Not sure if you've seen that, Joey. But Montana takes pole, then P2 goes to Hardy, 5/10 off the pace. Then everyone else on the mediums then who got a lap time in, Justus in P3, Iwan P4, Sansu P5, good luck from him. P6 goes to D Daniel, P7 is Ace, P8 is Boss Wanted, P9 goes to Mr. Pop, P10 goes to Mello, P11 is Rocco's, and P12 is McCrew. And I think what Rocco was doing there was just making sure he got a valid lap, so he didn't start at the back of the grid. Then Lewis obviously without a lap time, and without a face as well. Then, but Montana starting on pole, and so is Hardy, but they're on a completely different strategy as ABS lap doesn't count. All right, Joey. Yeah, we know Montana's ABS, but what's stopping him? He's in an assist league. Yeah, there's nothing stopping him. Obviously, these guys can run basically whatever assist they want then. As I don't have Lewis's name, which is going to be interesting, Bryn, but obviously you saw in the graphics there, obviously the mediums are so much slower than the softs in qualifying. Do you think we'll see that Montana and Hardy will pull away in the opening few laps?
No. I'm going to say
No.
straight blunt, no.
Wow.
Tyre wear will take into account because their tyres will start overheating.
Do you also believe that they'll overheat? The wear isn't... I don't believe the wear is too bad. It's just the overheating that's the issue. But people like... I'm not sure if ABS does help overheating. If it does, then perfect for Montana. But I believe... I want to say he's on a pad. I'm not sure though. He may run a wheel. I could be completely wrong. I need to learn.
What I'm just gonna say is that Montana needs to turn off ABS. That's all I'm saying.
And there's no reason.
Stop abusing it.
Yeah, and that's the Montana we've come to know and love. So we can't really say anything. But we don't have Lewis's name, so apologies to Lewis there, who will not be represented by a name, but will be represented by a blank name and a chunk of nothingness on my screen. Then I'm not sure if, he's probably on your screen, but not for me. So
it's on my screen as Lewis 1100.
Yep. As Montana now comes through. Predictions then. So obviously Justice Sass on a completely different strategy. He's got a very good chance of potentially getting up to the top spot on the podium then today. As I'm just enabling all the track data and all that kind of stuff. Justice Sass, do you think he's got a good chance of winning this race?
He does, but then it's the fact of he's qualified well, but can he transform that into the race? And some people are not the best at carrying over speed.
Yeah, exactly. We saw a good performance from him at Silverstone though, and one thing that is really vital around a track like this where you can get held up quite badly is the fact that we've got 4 hard runners at the moment, opposed to 1 medium one of Luke outside of the top 10 then. So Rocco, McCrew, Connor and Lewis will be staying out long in their strategies then, which could really really not help and not aid the guys on the mediums and the softs who will pit early on and will be stuck behind the hard runners. If they can get past fair play, they've got a good chance of excelling in this race then. But if they just stuck behind, they'll have no chance of going anywhere. They'll just be stuck behind the hards because just how the track is, the nature of the track, where there's only one real overtaking opportunity down in towards turn 7 then. Anyway, let's have a look then.
I've just got something to say as they're lining up to the grid. The new Williams from the onboard is so ugly.
Oh no, I
it's
disagree.
Unbelievable.
I disagree. I love it.
Have you seen the onboard of it?
I have, and it looks beautiful.
It looks. It's just a carbon halo.
I think personally it's actually a very nice car then. As it seems like Connor's gone AI. Everyone has different tastes, okay, and that's my taste. But anyway,
taste.
Yeah, I've got a disgusting taste at some points. But anyway, let's have a look then. It's going to be an interesting race. Opposition of strategies then, as we now get ready to see the lights at Singapore. Then we go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights at Singapore. And it's lights out and away we go. Ferrari versus Mercedes off the line. Then who gets a better start? It's going to be Montana off the line. Can Just Sass try and make his way up into P2? No, the soft runners have made it clean through the first. Very good start all the way up into P11 immediately then, as they now has come off without damage so far then, as we now flow through towards turn number 5 then, as we now see all the cars parading through Raffles Boulevard then, and we now right on board with Menno coming down towards turn number 7 then, as now flying through. Connor's got past Luke as well then. The hard runners trying to really make something on this first lap. McCrew's gone down a few positions, and it seems like everyone else has probably stayed where they were at the start of this lap then so far. Apart from Lewis, he's had a very good start up in P11 already then.
No, Mr. Blank for you.
Yeah, sorry, Mr. Blank for me. The Mercedes driver who is Cody's experiment. Let's just call him that for now then. But Lewis... Yes, it is Nico Hulkenberg. He's just hopped in for this seat then. As we now fly through towards the end of the middle sector then, and it seems like our drivers are actually kept pretty clean then, and we can now see that Montana is starting to make a little bit of a lead, and so is Hardy on the first lap of the race then. If they're going to get out of DRS, they've got to do it quickly and they've got to do it soon, and they're doing that job pretty successfully at the moment, but they aren't together then, as Just Sass loses his car out of the second to last corner as he now fly through the final corner. Montana obviously setting the fuss up of the race, of course, due to the first person crossing the line and all that kind of stuff. DRS is not enabled, by the way, as it seems like my graphics have messed up, is what they have done. So everyone's out of position, and hopefully we can get it back to normal soon enough. But Rocco has run wide. Rocco's run very wide there, and I believe McCrew's potentially picked up damage there. I heard a little bit of carbon fibre getting ripped up, but I'm not sure if there's any damage from that. But Connor...
I'll have a look.
Yeah, I'll have a look as well. He seems clean.
No,
he seems
clean.
Yeah, it seems clean then, as hopefully now, as they all run through sector 1, it's all being, all the timings are back to normal then. Hardy 1.1 seconds behind Montana then, as they now fly through the middle sector, and Hardy just does not have the pace. And now flying through then, Hardy trying to make the most of it, but he's trying, but Montana just he's just got the natural pace around here. We saw how close he was to the walls on his flying lap then, and I think he's proving that he is as good in quali as he is in the race then, as it seems like there's a natural train in mind just as he's trying to hold on to the back of Hardy through the final sector of the track then, and it seems like so far everyone just wants to make sure they don't get any damage. Touch wood, Bryn.
Hopefully, yeah. It's certainly been interesting because, of course, every driver's going to be very crucial. These hard drivers have had really, they've got pace compared to Montana and hard, but certainly Lewis has made up on the parts. Starting P15 at a good start, I will say, but I cannot say the same for my poor crew. My poor Carlo being sat down in P15. It heartbreaks me, but I can't be biased.
Yeah, I've told you not to be biased. Hey, you're doing your job there on that one as a commentator. Your Wi-Fi kind of went for a second. I'm not sure if that was me
Come
or
on,
for
Carlo,
you.
come on.
Yeah, there's a bias back again. As it seems like McCrew is trying to get past Rocco, but they're both on the same tyres and around this track. Unless you've got some massive overspeed, it's going to be hard to overtake then. As Montana now bridges the gap to 2.3 seconds. And now Justice is right on the back of Hardy and has dropped Irwan then. 1.3 seconds. 1.3 seconds between Irwan and Justice then. So he's obviously outside of the DRS then, as we now fly through towards the middle the final sector, excuse me, one more time then, as finally on lap 3 we do have this pardon?
How many sectors are middle
Sorry?
sector when it was the final thing?
Yeah, mate,
I'm saying
there's too many middle sectors, and it seems like Hardy's already into the pits. Hardy's done with those tyres, and yeah, I know I say middle sector a lot. It looked like the middle sector. It was still windy and stuff like that. Excuse me, my track knowledge at some places due to the camera angles is not the best, but I try as hard as I can then, as Hardy now heads out of the pits on the hard tyres, and he's not even that far behind. Yeah, okay,
he's not that far behind.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
Yeah, I apologise. It's all good. It's all good. As as now Hardy exits the pits then, 14 seconds behind McCrew then, as we now fly down. He now flies down towards turn number 4 then, as Lewis picks up a 3-second time penalty there. Montana is just flying away.
Way past corner. He just forced his way past corner. That's all he was doing.
Oh, okay, fair play.
Yeah, Montana has gone, but Justice is actually catching.
Looks
He's
like
brought
Lewis.
the gap down by 2 seconds.
Yeah, Lewis is just let Connor back past, and hopefully none of them have afflicted damage then. As yeah, Montana is just flying right now, and is like
he's being caught by Justice. Justice is actually catching Montana.
So it's around the 2.7, 2.8 mark, is it not for you?
It is around the 2.8, but it was 3.1.
Understood.
Before.
Understood. Okay, right, that's something I didn't know, so thank you for pointing that out. You see, this is why I need a co-com, because sometimes I'm just an absolute dunce and I have no clue what's going on.
Don't know what you're doing.
Exactly, but I bring charisma, so it's fine. As we now fly towards lap number 5 then. I don't know what I'm saying half the time, but people somehow enjoy it, so I like it. As Meadows now... he's lost a little bit of his front wing. Oh, what is up with me? Sorry, I don't know if this is my Wi-Fi.
Right. I think you should just maybe. Nah. Oh no, he has actually lost his front wing. Okay, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, no, he went into the pits, but on my screen, I'm not sure if it's a glitch or is it my Wi-Fi, but he went into the middle of the track and then hopped into the pit lane. I'm not sure if that's an F1 glitch or is it just because hopefully it's an F1 glitch and not my Wi-Fi. Otherwise, the streaming quality could be let's just say interesting. Quite. Yeah.
Sometimes you start sounding like a robot and then I can't hear you for a few seconds.
Great. So it's my Wi-Fi. Oh, for God's sake! I thought I sorted it. As Boss wants to now enters the pits then, and he's quite far behind Hardy.
Enters the pits.
I don't know. I don't know, mate. I'm already losing it. It's only lap 5 of 31 then, as yeah, Boss wants to now goes through the next few corners then, as McCrew now is trying to get on the back of Rocco as well. Then obviously they're both on the same tyre, so I don't think anything's going to happen there then, as it seems like Ace and Mello, I'm not sure if that's a graphic fault, but at the moment Ace is just holding in. I'm just going to check the stream then, checking if they can actually hear me. Yeah, they can hear me. I don't know what's up with my Wi-Fi, but yeah, Ace now flying through on lap 8 on lap 6 then, as he was in position 8, that's why. As now it seems like he's just holding on to the back of Menno and let the DRS trains begin then, as Iwan.
You know what?
Yeah, go on.
I'm going to talk like you for the next one. Right, so as Montana comes into turn middle sector,
yeah, you're funny, mate. You're real funny. Much appreciated. One thing that I'm a little bit skeptical about is how long Montana's staying out on those tyres.
Montana will probably come out of the pit lane this lap, in your logic.
Yeah, funny one. Cheers, mate. Right.
Okay, I'll stop.
Yeah, alright. Hey, sometimes I speak too quick to actually understand what's going on then, as Montana now flies through.
Justas has actually brought the gap back down by a second to 1.9 seconds. Sorry to interrupt on you there.
Yeah, he has actually, as yeah, so Justas obviously closing in, as Iwan still 2 seconds in behind, but he's keeping that gap solid then. It's around the 2 second gap, but he's holding up a train of Di Daniel and Sansu in behind as well. As yeah, let's see if Montana heads into pits this lap. He looks like he hasn't asked for it. Oh my God!
He does do a bit of understeer there. He now comes out of the pit lane.
Yeah, you're funny. He comes into the pit lane now at the end of lap 6. Then on to lap 7 we go. Just us now leading the way. Then it's almost like what we saw with Giovinazzi back in, I believe, 2019, where he led the race for about 4 laps. Then in the Alfa Romeo, as it seems like McCrew and there was no move there. It was just Montana exiting the pit lane. One thing to be which will be interesting is where Hardy is in terms of Montana. Montana with a large gap. Wow, I wasn't expecting that one. That is a massive gap then. Still 1.6 seconds.
It's actually
then
smaller than it was, though. It's smaller than it was.
Yeah, it was around 2.4, I believe, but I would have thought the undercut would have done a little bit more than it actually has.
Well, it shows that Montana had the pace on them tyres, and that maybe Hardy couldn't get adjusted to the hard tyre. There we go.
There you go. You got the words out. Hey, now you're sounding exactly like me. That's nice to know that I've got myself a pal who does the exact same thing as me. But anyway, Hardy now coming through, and it seems like he's losing a little bit of pace to Montana's new hard 10. As I think this is just at the end of the day, I feel that this is just Montana's track to shine. Then, as he's putting out 3/10 a sector. Then, as I feel like these hard tyres really do suit him. And I'm lagging like hell. Great. Let's see if I'm lagging on stream. If I'm lagging on stream, there's going to be a problem. Right, hang on.
For me in the party, you are heavily lagging. You're cutting out every like 20 seconds or so.
Right, hang on, I'm just checking. I think I'm coming through on stream.
Maybe it's just my connection to you right now. Maybe my internet's actually being a bit...
No, I'm not too sure, mate. Hopefully we can get that sorted. I've been trying... it's most likely going to be me, because my Wi-Fi has been messing up in the past week, but hopefully it's okay. Pardon?
Are you with anybody like Sky or Virgin?
I am with Sky.
Right, can we just get an F in the chat for Lenny right here? Or as we were talking about something before the stream, Leany.
Yeah, okay, yeah, cheers, mate. Just Us picks up a 3-second time. Oh,
he's round!
spun.
He's round!
Oh, no. He's obviously tried to push the car a little bit too fast. And Bryn, what you said about if you didn't know if he had the race pace, he's lost it. He's well and truly lost it. He was in the lead. I feel like he may have gotten a little bit too confident. Overexcited that he was in the lead, and he's lost it in his first one of his first races under the NSX name. Then, let's just hope for his sake that there's a safety car at some point during this race. And as Iwan now flies through towards the end of this sector, and they'll probably pit around about, I believe it's around lap 13 then.
I think it is, but I cannot confirm.
Yeah, exactly. As Iwan now flies down, as well as the Daniel Menno picking up a penalty now. It's seeming like potentially in this race that penalties are going to be a huge problem for the drivers, and basically the person with the least amount of penalties by the end of this, as obviously Just Us heads into the pits for his new front wing. The least amount of penalties will probably come home with some decent points, and if you get no penalty around here, you got a good shot at potentially a top 5.
Certainly have. I'm just currently looking through people's warnings. So XL Hardy, so Just Us has got one warning so far. This Mr. Popper's got 2. Actually, no, hold on. Everyone has 1. Daniel has 0. Sansu has 0. Mr. Pop has 2. Ace has 3, which means penalty. Mino penalty.
Yellow flag. That's Luke. Luke off. Luke's lost it, and he's lost it at the heaven. He's literally bitten it into the wall. Then let's have a look.
How?
I'm not sure. He's on potentially a lockup of some kind. How is there not a safety car, which is very interesting? No safety car so far. Then we'll just wait and see if there is one. Yeah, Bert, go on, mate. Oh, and there's no safety car from that. That is very interesting. How that there's not been any safety car from that one. But Luke out of the race then, lost it into the wall then. So that's the second person this race who's lost it into the wall then. As let's have a look then through the next few corners, and it seems like people are starting to pit now at the end of lap 9. Then hopefully they were probably hoping for a safety car to come out there, but not to be for Ace and not to be for Menno as well then, as they head out the pit lane now on lap 10, as it seems like there's a glitch on my screen because Menno has not left the pits yet. Hopefully, there you go, he's left the pits. And yeah, as now Menno heads out of the pits, and it's all good for him as potentially Bryn is Bryn's Wi-Fi.
I'm on fine lines right now. My phone has disconnected. I am literally praying right now that PS4 stays connected. Otherwise, you might see a sudden leg out from me.
Yeah, no worries about it, mate. Hey, at the end of the day, you give me some intel so far. And at least we know now that we need to put an F in the chat for you, not me, with my Wi-Fi.
Yes.
I have sorted my Wi-Fi, ladies and gents, which is a good thing.
For once, it's not you.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's the whole "it's not you, it's me" thing, like you'd have in some kind of romance movie. But Iwan now. Through the next few corners he comes then, D Daniel in behind and Sansa in behind as well then, as we are starting to see the pit stop phase open then. Any of these 3 drivers heading to pits? No. So it seems like Ace and Menno just wanted to get off those tyres pretty soon then, as it seems like Mr. Pop is heading into the pits then on those mediums, as we just saw on the medium right on our screen that the strategy to pit onto the hards is about to open with the game's predictions.
Certainly is. I mean, these top three, I'm going to predict that Iran is actually going to try and do an overcut on Daniel. Daniel's going to want to try and undercut, so it's just going to work out anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, with the lack of overtaking around here, your only chance of a real overtake around here is going to be in the pit stops or some kind of mishap from the driver ahead, and you can just benefit from it. Because basically, the nature of this track, you've got a very hard, complex corner followed by a straight. So unless you nail the corner completely and get right on the back end of someone, it's going to be very hard to stay with them. But I think for these drivers, I think their main target for today will to get no front wing damage then, as Iwan now gets down into the final sector then. Yes, that is the final sector, Brent. I'm learning as Iwan now comes down into the next few corners then, into the bridge, which everyone hates with a passion. But now out of the corner you can see, and hopefully let's see if we'll see a mix of strategy here then today. Will one of these three come into the pits? That's one, that's two, and that's three. All three of them coming into the pits at the end of lap 11 then. So no overcuts or undercuts. And we're all replying to each other's strategy choices, Bryn.
Certainly are. One thing I'm going to say right now that could turn out bad for the hard users, that if all of a sudden a safety car came out, they could be at high risk, considering that they cannot go on to another set of hards and they won't be able to take the medium.
I think you've just cut out there, but yeah, obviously taking the mediums to the end, if they've been warned, is going to be a hard one to do. As yeah, Bryn's just left the session, so I assume his Wi-Fi is just completely cut out then. So unlucky lads, you're left with me then for the remainder. Yeah, there you go. There's the network connection failure, and it seems like he has just completely died on us. So yeah, as Montana, yeah, he's lost Wi-Fi and everything. As Boss Wanted is retired. Boss Wanted retired in the pit lane, so that I don't believe there will be any kind of safety car out of that one then. And it seems like now Just Sass heads through as he heads through at the back, and we've only got one viewer. This is pretty sad. The motivation just goes at this point, lads. As let's just try and get some viewership up. Right, as we now fly through towards the next few corners, we see now a certain Boss Wanted heading out on track. Obviously, just getting the DNF. As now heading out, as we do have viewers. Sorry, it's just on my. We have four viewers. Wi-Fi's gone now. Yeah, no worries, Brian. We do have actually viewers. I don't know what's happening on my stream. We do have people watching, which is nice to see. I thought we only had one viewer for a second then. I was going to absolutely kill me. Vapor, yay! Oh, you're going to have to keep me company, mate, as we got 13 laps to go, and it's seeming like at the moment everything's just very in tandem at the moment, and nothing is really happening in terms of overtakes at this point in time. But Santu at the moment trying to make the most of it as he now flies through towards turn number 4 then. Out of it he goes, and I think we need to keep an eye out for Lewis as well then, who's on new mediums, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a look at those mediums. So has he's gone from hard to mediums, which is interesting strategy. He must have lost a bit of front wing then, as yay, Sibby, he's in the shout then, as yeah, vamos, that's exactly what we need in a race like this. So lads, from this then, I'm not sure how many of you are from D2 who are watching, but give me an idea of what your experience was then around the Singapore track. As it seems like at the moment this is just going to be a dry race, so no real mishaps for the drivers here. They'll have DRS the whole race. Let's see now if Sansu can get any closer to the back of D Daniel. DRS obviously he does have, so does D Daniel doesn't actually, just outside of DRS range then, as we now head down towards the final sector of the lap then, as it's seeming like at the moment Santu just can't find a way to get past at the moment. Montana is net P1, yes, obviously, as you can see with the graphics, as we got another yellow flag. There's been an incident. Menno is off. Menno's into the wall. Menno into the wall, but he's got out of the wall and he should be okay then. Let's have a look. Front wing damage doesn't look like there's any. Montana is net P1. FYI. Let me just get a drink of my water. Of course, it's his favourite track in the world. And it seems like, yeah, and Hardy is in net P2. As that is an 8-second gap between Montana. As it seems like Montana now is going to overtake McCrew to the inside of turn number 7. And Montana is through into P2 then. And yeah, normal regimes continue then. As Montana dominating the field. As now he's got 5 seconds to Connor, who hasn't pitted yet. And it seems like Montana was almost thanking McCrew there. And McCrew was like, yeah, mate, you're welcome. I'm in a completely different race to you. And so be it then. As they now head through towards the Anderson Bridge. And out of the Anderson Bridge they go then. And McCrew trying to hold on to the back of Montana. I'm not sure how long. Yeah. I don't know what I'm saying now. I wonder how long McCrew will stay in behind. As Vapor says, love to see the Yoda race. Yes, rotation. You're right there. It's nice to see that McCrew is racing. As he said that, he's picked up a 3-second time penalty. And yeah, so that's kind of fun for him then. As yeah, he's having a good time. He didn't have the most amazing quality, but it seems like he's trying to hold on to the back of Montana. It's just gone over a second as well then. Oh, so he's not going to get DRS this lap. Hopefully he hasn't got any front wing damage. I think he's clean on that front. But now out of the final corner he goes into McCrew. Now over a second behind Montana. Montana just showing his pace here realistically. Obviously he's on younger tyres as well. Then there's now, we see Iwan, Daniel and Sansu still in this little battle then. The battle's very let's just say I don't know what you call it, but as much as this seems like nothing on the stream, these guys are absolutely working their socks off inside the cockpits then. As you gotta admit, as EOS management, you gotta deal with fuel management. As Rocco's picks up a 3-second penalty management, just every single type of management. As also, look at these things around us. They're barriers. Have a little bit of oversteer, you're into the wall. Have a little bit of understeer, you're into the wall. These guys have got to have elite concentration. And lads, we're only halfway into the race, and it's 8:53 already UK time. This is going to be going on for a long time. It seems like Ace is right on the back of Lewis then. Ace on young hards compared to Lewis's mediums. They're not young, they're not old, they're in a midlife crisis at the moment. Let's just call them that. As Ace now runs through the next 3 corners, he can't get the momentum he needs out of that corner to continue in this race. As it seems like Luke has just said this track is the worst. And I mean, it can really hit you in the backside. As now heading through then. Ace now P10 at the moment then. As now Ace just trying to, but it doesn't seem like he's got the grip over Lewis then. As let's have a look then at this battle between Sansu and D Daniel. This battle is just going to go on for the whole of the race then. As it now seems like Sansu is just trying to get a move done before it's a little bit too late then. Flying down then towards the next few corners as Mr. Popper's retired, and I believe that is in the pit lane. So we're down to 12 drivers now with half the race to go then. Let's just hope that... Oh, here we go then. Now, up the inside. Sansu now has got the run that he needs. And is up the inside and past D Daniel then as Mr. Poppers exited the session. And he's not too happy about that one. If Montana wins this, he'll be crowned the champion, I believe. Okay, I haven't kept an idea of what the championship's doing at the moment then. But, hey, that's a good fact. And I feel like he could be champion if he wins this one. Then... Let's be real here, lads. His next competition is Hardy, and he is what? Hang on, maths here, lads. 7 seconds down the road. It's going to be an interesting one. Obviously, you've got to watch out for Iwan in behind as well then, on much fresher tyres than Hardy. 8 laps younger, obviously, due to the fact that Hardy pits so early then. But now, Iwan trying to just hold in. Impressive straight line speed from Sansu has. Yeah, as you spoke a bit of Yoda there. Sansu he's looking at one of the most aggressive drivers out at the moment on the grid. Then, as that's probably his only chance to really get past someone. Let's have a look for the first few corners. How's his turning and how's his rotation then as Lewis heads into the pits, just making sure that wasn't an overtake then, as it seems like Santo is right on the back of him right now. You can really see potentially he's got a draggy setup, or he's just overcommitted. He's using a lot of EOS though. That could be a reason why then. Yep, you can see he's trying to use all of his EOS to stay close. And then Iwan now on the back of XL Hardy then. Iwan, is he going to duck to the inside? No, he's going to stay in behind this lap. He doesn't want to risk the front wing damage then that he may incur. As now Iwan tries to hold it as long as possible. But it seems like either Sansu's going to have a go or Hardy's going to have to defend hard then. He sees Rocco ahead of him. Rocco, who's been on those tyres since lap 1, day 1 then. As it'll be really interesting to see if there's a safety car of some kind that can help out the hard runners then. Safety car would help neutralise the field, make it squeeze everyone closer together and give us a good idea then. And I believe, lads, my FPL's kind of screwed as well, because I think there was a game tonight. Yep, there was, and I have got Werner captain. So that could be an interesting one then. As we now fly down. And it seems like at the moment Hardy has actually gained a little bit of time in here one, and Sansu now putting the pressure on the lad. Sansu now only 2/10 in behind. What can he do? Not too sure at the moment. He's got a good run out of the final corner then, coming up towards lap 18. And now this is a time where the hard runners are potentially coming into the pits then at the end of lap 17, lap 18. These could be the this is the time where the hard runners from the start of the race really need to show what they're made of then. As I think we should show the stops. You can see that only Rocco, McCrew and Connor have not made a pit stop, which really shows that Montana is in the lead of the race then, clearly by a good margin, as they now head through the next few sections of the track. As Luke says, this track is the worst. Yeah, Luke, it's a hard one. Overtaking as well then, it's a hard one, but you know, everyone has to do it. Everyone's in the same boat. Unlucky with your crash. Hopefully you can come back for the final round a little bit stronger. But hey, it's Singapore, it's a technical track. I've crashed here a few times. I was here, I crashed lap 1 and there wasn't a safety car for 31 laps. I held in the race and yeah, I got P13, so I got no points whatsoever. So hey, I just held on. Excuse me, lads, I just take it as experience. At the end of the day, oh, look at that Sansu just trying to get it. Just trying new lines every lap, seeing if I can make something of it. As that's a good thing to do. As yellow flag, safety car out. And that is, I think that is Lewis, who was just retired there. And I was calling a safety car a few laps ago, which would bunch up the pack. And this has helped the hard runners. It hasn't helped Connor though. Connor's going to be compromised a lot by this. But McCrew and Rocco, this is a drastic decision from them then. Head into the pits. And Connor is probably kicking himself. Surprised Danny is that far down. Danny, yeah, D Daniel, yeah. Yeah, he's just been stuck behind. And I think Sansu's overtaken him. Has he? I'm not even sure at this point, lads. As yeah, the safety car lets him go through, so hopefully Connor doesn't lose that much time. Let's have a look. The gap's around 6 seconds. I think they have to stay to a delta this lap, as Connor actually came out ahead of the safety car, so no one can actually gain to Connor, which is a good thing. But I believe once Connor, once the first person catches up to the safety car, there is no delta or something ridiculous like that. But Connor at the moment is holding that 6 second advantage. It's all he needs at the moment then. And where did McCrew came out in 7th? And who's the other person? It was McCrew. And the other person was Rocco, I believe it was. Yeah, Rocco onto the mediums as well. So it seems like Connor has maintained the gap. Excuse me. Oh god, the piece is really coming back up now, lads. As heading through now. As it seems like it's all good at the moment. as now Connor surely will be heading to the pits for his one pit stop then, as it doesn't seem like he's actually lost that much time. Let's have a look if Montana can thrash it around the track. Yeah, it seems like Montana can now. Oh, he's going to head into the pits as well then. Oh, that's interesting. Montana giving up track position then. That's a big call. That's a big call then. He's going to opt potentially for the mediums. He's going to go onto the mediums. He's got front wing damage, ladies and gents. So that's potentially why he's done that. Connor into the pits as well. Then Connor will come out of the pits. Is that P3? Wow. He's come good out of this one. So he's provisionally ahead. Hardy in the lead provisionally in P1. He knows that it's hard to overtake around here. He's on newish. Actually, no. I say he's on newish tyres. He's not on newish tyres at all. He's one of those tyres for 15 laps then. 15 laps for Hardy then. 7 in behind for Sansu. And Sansu, ladies and gents, does look aggressive on those tyres then. So let's have a look if he can, by the end of the race, improve as such then. I can check tyre race. There you go. Connor is so lucky. Yeah, Connor has done. He's been pulled the good card here today then, and he's provisionally ahead of Montana then. So provisionally, of course, Hardy's in P1, Sansu's P2, but the guys in behind are on the medium, so they'll hopefully be able to really be able to close up and potentially get some overtakes underway at some point. As these guys now fly through then. Right. I think Hardy needs to do at least one more pit stop. I think Hardy will be able to go to the end. I'm pretty sure Hardy will be able to go to the end. Tyre temps are higher on here, but tyre deck is quite low for the hard tyres. They can basically go the whole race, like trucks like France. I believe they can go basically the whole race as well then. Sansu then in behind. We're going to let all the cars jumble back up. Menno down in 11th. He's not out of race to report back. Just us obviously losing it on his own then, down in P10. A7 a quiet one in P9. D Daniel P8. Rocco P7. Iwan P6. McCrew being finessed in P5. P4 Montana. P3 by finessed banana car with Connor. P2 goes to Sansu, and at the moment leading the race underneath the safety car is Hardy, because he did not make a second pit stop, and he made his pit stop very early on and is going for track position rather than end goals in this race. Let's just say that then, as Hardy now one more lap under the safety car is most probably going to be then. As I was about to say they're not really warming their tyres, and then I see Santi down the middle of the straight doing the alternate to what a Kimi Raikkonen would do then, as it seems like just us at the moment, just warming up his tyres, getting very close to the back of base actually there. Hopefully he won't pick up a 5-second. Hopefully these guys will abide to the rules, not hit each other, and pick up a 5-second time penalty then. Just us. Obviously one person to really look out for on this restart. We know he's got the pace, just needs it, but we know this grid is ridiculously fast. No car on this grid is slow. I've got to be honest, lads. I think I would be down in last in this race by a country mile compared to these lot. These are some fast guys. I thought Ace, likes of Irwan, like Irwan at the start of the season was, well, the midpoint. We're saying like Belgium was absolutely relentless, and he was being very confident with himself, saying, "I'll see you next week." Very easy like that. And oh my god, someone's got Camavinga in their party bag, ladies and gents. That is ridiculous. As yeah. Now then. Now heading through, I believe safety car will come in at the end of this lap then. Give me a sec, I'm just going to drink some water. As now then safety car is in this lap as confirmed by the FIA there then. Here we go then. As it's going to be interesting. Let's go then. as we're getting ready to see who was the right call then. Was it the right call to stay out, or was it the right call to pit underneath the safety car then? That's what Hardy and Sansu have to offer. Sansu, let's see if he can be defensive and potentially help out Hardy then. And let's have a look then, as he now heads through the next few corners. And now, oh, Sansu's picked up a 5-second penalty with a collision with Hardy. Oh no, I hope that everyone would have kept it clean. And the guy in P2 has lost it. Hardy going to go as late as possible out of the final corner. Let's just hope he's put his tyres up to 10%. Sansu, he's got a good opportunity now. It seems like he's weaving down the straight to potentially gain some tyre wear. And we're under the green flags once again then, as that is a bad call from Sansu. Nice one by NSX to get Just Us. Oof. Yeah, massive oof there. As Just Us will try and get a move done. And let's have a look then. Down the grid we go. E-I-E-I-E-I-O then. As they now all run down. Any moves happening? Let's have a look. It seems like D. Daniel's quite close to the back of Rocco. We may go for contact. Big contact between D. Daniel and Rocco. Let's have a look. D. Daniel, has he got damage? He does on his right front end plate then. So that is contact and damage for Danny. So that's not going to be good for the Racing Point driver. He broke a little bit too late. And that is going to cost him some time then in this. As it seems like now the drivers are now flying through. And side by side as Ace now gets past. Ace getting past D. Daniel for P8 then. Good move. Round the outsiders. Let's have a look then. Yeah, even bigger in face rotation for that one. As D. Daniel now potentially have to head into the pit and then just go for fastest lap at the end of this now. As Menno, let's see if he can recover something. But hopefully Just Us will be able to close in and potentially go up a few positions. Ace picks up a penalty, and penalties will come in clutch at the end of this race. And if someone doesn't have a penalty, they'll probably go up a few positions. Then nice move by Ace. Yeah, exactly, rotation. Very good move then. One thing we are seeing though, the hards have got pace. The hards have got some kind of pace. As it seems like now Connor is getting very close. As now I say that, the mediums coming into their own, then down the inside Connor goes. And Connor, the person who started outside the top 10, now in P2, and Rocco picks up a 3-second time penalty as well then. This could be almost a loss, a first for Connor then, starting down in P14. As now it looks like he's almost going to go for Hardy now in the same lap. He's got the overtake that he needs. He's got the slipstream that he needs. He doesn't have DRS over this lap then. So he's going to have to hold on. I'll be mega impressed if Hardy gets a podium on those tyres. And he's now trying to go around the outside then. Oh my god, this is the move. If he's done that around the outside, Connor goes. I was too busy looking at the comment section. And Connor has done it around the outside of Hardy. And Montana's looking at it as well then. This is going to be interesting. Will Hardy give up the position? Montana up the inside. There you go. Montana's through. And he's not giving up that first place too easily then. As Connor gets through. And so does Montana. And Hardy is now down to third then. Now they've got in behind Sansu. And the likes of Iwan, McCrew, and Rocco as well then. Good move by Connor. Good move by Montana. Risky moves, but they had to make them. Sansu now on the inside of Hardy. Hardy's hit the wall. Hardy's hit the wall. Front wing damage. It doesn't look like there's any, but Hardy's been hit into the wall by Sansu. Oh, there is front wing damage there. Front wing damage. I'm not sure who was that off of. I saw a front wing fly there, ladies and gents. Potentially someone into the pits at the end of this lap. We'll have a look and wait out and find out and see then as we fly through. Let's have a look then. I don't know if anyone has got front wing damage, to see if anyone peels into the pits at the end of this lap then. See that everyone at the moment is just scurrying away then, as the 2 millions runners are 1.7 seconds ahead of the Hards. Hardy down in P7 now, then potential front wing damage, potentially light green. So it seems like Ace is into the pits. Ace into the pits, potentially with front wing damage. Yes, he does. So Ace was the person with that front wing damage. Obviously, so it was bad enough for him to pit then. So he's going to go for fastest lap now. Unless it's a very late safety car then. Safety car probably needs to come out in the next few laps. It's Just Us now overtakes Hardy. Easy move then. It looks like Menno's also trying to get on the action then, potentially around the outside of Hardy. It's just going from bad to worse for him then. A little bit of contact between the two drivers, but they're still holding on. As now overtake comes into effect, and Menno's going to try and do it in a very risky place then. I feel like Menno just needs to hold on. Hold out his overtake for 2 corners. Then he's going to have a good run onto the back straight then, as we now run on board with Menno looking at a back angle. Hardy though Can he hold it on? Or will, with the DRS not help him at all then? He's got the overtake. He doesn't have the DRS. That Menno has it. Menno's going to have to try around the outside if he's going to get a move done. Menno the Beaver. Oh, it's Menno around the outside there. What a move by Menno. McCrew picks up a 3-second time penalty as well. That will be added to his time at the end of the race then. But Menno is through and up into 8th position then. And a good move from him around the outside. He had to do it, otherwise he was going to get completely dislodged from the train then. Also people to look out for. Montana. Sent the fastest lap of the race so far. He's closing in on NA6 Connor with 6 laps to go then. They're on the same length of tyres, and don't doubt Connor's pace, and it seems like now McCrew into the pits as well then. Potentially has picked up some front wing damage as well. Out of the pits he comes in. He's just going for the soft tyres. Surprised Hardy is fighting Menno. He's on slow and older tyres. I think Hardy just wants a highest position possible then. And it seems like that's going to be P8 then, as Iwan is now past Sansu up towards turn number 7. Then that's a move done. And Iwan obviously on the mediums. Sansu on hards. It's a no-brainer who's going to win that battle then. As it seems like the grip just helped him out a little bit there. As now Rocco now needs to get involved on the act. Sansu though, closing in on the back of Iwan. No, it's not. Sorry, Sansu getting closed on as Rocco now closing in on Iwan. Excuse me if I do apologise there. As it seems like now the lads are settling a little bit back down. I say that, but then Montana's only 7/10 off Connor, and we're in the final sector. So it's going to be close battling in the final sector. Oh god, I almost vomited there, lads. As I feel like Montana will be much closer by the end of the first sector, and obviously with the DRS, Hardy probably would have been better off pitting. Yeah, exactly. He had to try, he had to gamble, but obviously he went for that call, and it's not been the right call this time around. Connor replied to Montana's fast lap of the race then by going quicker. D Daniel pick up a 3-second time penalty as well. Then Montana obviously with the DRS can't cope, potentially due to the fact that there's this thing called Dirty Air, and it is a street circuit with low grip as well then. Let's run on board with Rocco then, who's only 3/10 behind Sansu then. Look how close they are. Sansu trying to make a move. To stay in P4 then, but Rocco, he's got the DRS, he's got barely any ERS. They're both harvesting their ERS then. To the inside, Rocco goes, he's on no ERS, up the inside he goes then, and that's a move done for him then, as it seems like there was a little bit of contact there. It's now up the inside, Sansu goes. That is a bold and risky and late move from Sansu then, and he's maintained position in P4. Rocco is not going to be happy in the slightest with that one, and it now seems like Justas is trying to hold on as well and try and get past as well then for the lads then. Everyone as well closes in. Montana as well trying to close in on the back of Connor then. Connor seems to have good pace over the moment then, as that was a bold and late move from Sansu. Let's have a look at what this comment says then. That was too close for my liking, says Rotation. I'm not surprised you think that. I think the exact same on that one. I'm not sure if Sansu really had the right to hop back up the inside. I feel like that was a little bit too much then. As yeah. Boom, boom, boom. So then now Montana in behind. Now let's go then. Let's go. As Montana now with a few laps to go then in behind Rocco as well. Rocco wanting to make an impact on Sansu then with only a little amount of time to go then. Rocco gets past, and I'm quickly just going to promote this for the final few laps. As let's have a look then. Rocco trying to get past Sansu then. Rocco's going to go to the outside line then, and it looks like that's a move done. Oh, there's contact. Rocco round, and oh no, that's not what you want to be seeing then, as Rocco's lost it there on entry to the corner, obviously trying to go around the outside, and Sansu was not giving that up. As now with only 4 laps to go then, Let's have a look what can happen then. Bold move there as Vapor does say F in the chat then. As now Rocco 1.8 seconds, 1.9 seconds now to the back of Menno. And it's not closing now. I feel like Rocco's pace is really worn off then. But D Daniel now on the back of Hardy. Only a 3/10 gap then in between those two. We've got to look for Montana as well. The gap is only 0.5 of a second then there as well. D Daniel though 0.5 in behind Hardy as obviously through the sector. Oh, he clipped the wall there on the inside. Hopefully that hasn't given him any front wing damage then. As I think we need to have a look at Montana. He's on the very close to the back of Connor then. Only 0.4 of a second, and we're closing up towards the Raffles Boulevard. Then he's lost it on exit there. Got a little bit of understeer then. He had to correct that. Otherwise he was going straight sailing into the wall then. As it seems like at the moment he's going to stay in behind. As now it seems like Sansu and Menno. Sansu holding it as Menno now tries to get past on the inside then. Runnable with Connor for this one. As Menno goes up the inside of Sansu. And Rocco was where he was around about a lap ago then. As yellow flag, and that is McCrew. McCrew's lost it. He's lost a bit of his front wing as well, I believe. As now Ace is closing behind. McCrew's completely lost it now. Potentially, oh my god, both of them. What are they doing? Lads, what are you doing at the back here? I don't know what they're doing there. But Sansu picking up a penalty as well then. 4/10 in behind, as it looks like he's just he's struggling his way through then the final few corners then. As then they head down towards the final few corners then, as it seems like McCrew's given up there. Potentially overheating issues have caused that one. I feel like as it seems like McCrew's lost it once again. Hopefully there isn't a safety car. He's lost it, and I feel like this is definitely overheatingtyres.com UK's #1. As McCrew now 12.4 seconds off anyone, and he's right at the back of the pack. Meanwhile, seems like Connor has actually got a very good lead now on Montana. McCrew losing it again, as it seems like those tyres are completely done now then. As we now flow through towards the final few laps of the race, and Montana without the use of DRS, and obviously he's gone out of that zone, and McCrew has completely lost it now then. I'm not sure what he's doing at this point. He's going gear 4 around the next few corners. I'm not sure what he's doing in his own league, but it's his own league. I think he's saying hello to the stream then, as that's the only thing I'd be expecting from him then, as LR McSpinella, as Connor now 1.3 seconds is looking up for him then. He's had a very good drive. It's the number 69 car then. Why, by the way, as Sansu and Rocco and Menno are closest battle in the final few laps then. 2.5 laps to go then for these drivers. What can they do? I assume McCrew will head into the pits then. And let's have a look then. Oh, Sansu looking up there. But he's holding on pretty well. He's obviously got the DRS that he needs to hold on to Menno. McCrew picks up a 5-second penalty by speeding in the pit lane, and he's going to be lapped as he's retired from his own. He's not happy about that one, but I guess he just doesn't want to affect anyone's race. And it's Rocco now getting very close to back. It's only 0.4 of a second now. If there's going to be a move, it's going to be in the next 2 laps then. And it seems like Connor has now got a large gap on Montana. Montana's picked up a penalty as well then, so this looks like it's just going to go to Connor at the end of this then, as we now fly through the final few corners then for the 29th time, and onto lap 30 then we go. E-I-E-I-E-I-O. This race has flown past the second half at least then, as Rocco now closing in as we reach the 20 pass mark. Rocco 3/10 behind, and he's picked up a penalty on the inside there, on the inside curbing. You can see he's going for it now. He's got the DRS active, but so has Sansu in front of him. They're both on 0%. They're not managing it too well then. Oh, Sansu off. Sansu's off as well then. So now on the inside, Sansu goes to try and hold his position. Round the outside, Rocco goes. This is a bold battle there, and somehow Sansu has not clipped his wing or something. Easy drive of the day for Connor. Yeah, exactly. Strategy has helped him, but he's been relentless then, as it seems like Rocco trying to get onto the back of Sansu, but Sansu's defensive efforts they've gone above and beyond the call of duty then to stay as high position as he can. He tried that strategy and it seems like it's kind of paid off for him, kind of hasn't. We'll see what he thinks about that in the chat later on. But now, as it seems like now Montana is out of that DRS zone for the final lap then, as they now come on to the final lap of the race then. It's going to be an anticlimax again for the Ferrari of Montana. I'm not sure if he wins the championship, but he's got P2 and it's another podium for him. So for touch wood, let's just hope now, lads, that there isn't some kind of last lap resort. As Sansu, I believe, just hit the wall there on the outside. As it's not going to be a last lap Kimi all or nothing kind of week. I feel like it's going to be fine then. There's now, look at this, Rocco trying to get closer to the back of Sansu then on the final lap of the race, lap 31 and 31. If he's going to have a chance, it's going to be now then. Let's go then. As we now head down to the next few corners then. And this is his last chance. Rocco's close. He's got the DRS. He's got barely any ERS. He's going to switch to the inside then. He's got the grippier tyres. He now heads down the inside. And that is a move for Rocco. Finally, to get past Sansu then. Up into P6 then. On the final lap of the race then. He's done it where it matters then. As now that is that battle over and done with. I don't think Sansu's going to have any reply to that one. Fair play to Harley. 26 lap old tyres for him then. He's somehow not made them puncture. But now we need to focus on the on I would say our driver of the day then. Connor from 14th to 1st then. Obviously held out long on those hards and it came to help him by the end of it. NSX Connor coming through the final sector now then to receive a win. He's beaten off Montana round the final corner. He goes, let's just hope he doesn't pin it with the overtake as he comes round the final corner. Oh, he's almost been over the line, but Connor does take the win in the end. The fireworks come to see him. And now round the final corner for Iwan as well, for to complete the podium then. Iwan P3, just as P4 after that spin as well. Then P5 will go to Menno. Menno slow around these final few quarters, just wants to make sure he doesn't get any kind of penalty. Up to the line there, let's have a look. Any penalty change. Sansu does actually get past Rocco in the end of it. Hardy up to the line. Obviously Sansu picked up a 5-second, but I think Rocco picked up quite a few. Hardy across the line then. He gets across the line. D. Daniel actually finishes ahead of him then, as he was just behind him. And Ace will finish in that final position then. As at the end of that, Montana will be crowned champion. He finishes 3rd or higher. And Montana is the champion of Intelligence Racing League Division 1 then. Oh, my, there you go. He is champ. Montana is champ. He may have not finished on top, but we know how good that must feel for him. He wins championships everywhere, and that's another one on his belt. But yeah, let's be real here, lads. Connor deserves that driver of the day. 14th to 1st, fair play. As Connor receives the trophy for the win, Montana will be receiving the Drivers' Championship, the World Championship trophy for INL Division 1. But fair play to Connor, he's sort of the champion. That's a good thing to say you've done. And he's taken the win here today in Singapore then, as we now climb through the standings for the last final time then today. Connor in P1 from P14. What a race from him. No penalties. Did he have any warnings? That's a big question that we need to ask ourselves. He had one warning all race and fair play to him. P2 goes to Montana. P3 Irwan getting a good result in the end. Then P4 goes to just as P5 is Menno's. P6 goes to Sansu, who had a very good defensive effort at the end. P7 goes to Rocco. P8 goes to D. Daniel. P9 goes to Hardy. And P10 goes to Ace. Everyone else DNF then. So Bryn does apologise. And his internet screwed up. And he has taken some paracetamol as well. Hopefully he gets better soon. And hopefully it's not COVID. Yeah, what a race then. Obviously a little bit anticlimactic at stages, but we did a job in the end then. The driver of the day for me, it's got to be Connor. Thank you everyone so much for watching the stream. My name has been Spag. Thank you everyone so much for watching.